The sun was setting, casting a warm golden glow of a quiet neighborhood. People were finishing their day. Kids were playing in the park, and life felt peaceful. But in an instant, everything changed. A car sped down the street, losing control, and crashed just a few feet away from a small baby stroller left unattended. The baby, only months old, was trapped inside the wreckage, crying out in fear. At that moment, Max, a loyal and brave dog, was nearby. Max wasn't just any dog. He was known in the neighborhood for his protective nature and kind heart. Without a second thought, Max rushed the scene. His eyes full of determination, he knew he had to help. This is a story of how Max's courage and love saved a tiny life and touched the hearts of everyone who witnessed it. That evening was quiet and peaceful, until everything changed in a single moment. A car, moving too fast on a wet road, suddenly lost control. A mother had just stepped inside her house, leaving her baby in a stroller outside, thinking it would only be for a few minutes. But the speeding car crashed right into that stroller, tipping it over and trapping the baby underneath the broken frame. The baby's cries were faint but filled with fear and pain. The mother heard the noise and rushed outside, panic flooding her heart when she saw her child trapped and helpless. Neighbors quickly gathered, shocked and frightened by what had just happened. Every second felt like an hour. The urgency was clear. Help had to arrive fast, or the consequences could be tragic. Nearby, Max, a golden retriever well known in the neighborhood for his calm and caring nature, was playing in a yard. The loud crash startled him, but instead of running away, Max sprinted toward the sound. His instincts told him someone was in trouble. Without hesitation, he jumped over debris and reached the stroller. Max nudged the stroller gently with his nose. He sensed the baby was in danger but still breathing. Then, Max began to bark loudly and urgently, trying to alert anyone nearby. His powerful barks echoed through the street, grabbing the attention of neighbors and passers-by. People rushed outside, some calling emergency services, others moving to clear the area. The mother's cries of fear mixed with relief when she saw Max comforting her baby by licking his tiny face, as if telling him, "You're safe now." Max stayed calm and protective, never leaving the baby's side, showing a loyalty and bravery that amazed everyone. When the ambulance arrived, paramedics quickly assessed the situation. They praised Max's quick action, saying that the dog's presence helped keep the baby calm and gave the rescuers precious time. The paramedics carefully lifted the baby from the wreckage and rushed to the hospital. Max followed closely, watching over the baby with quiet determination. The neighbors watched with hopeful hearts, grateful for Max's courage and love. This was more than just an accident. It was a moment when a brave dog stepped up to save a life. Max's quick thinking and protective nature made the difference between tragedy and hope. His actions not only saved the baby, but reminded everyone how important it is to stay calm, act fast, and care deeply. As the ambulance disappeared down the road, the community felt a deep sense of gratitude. They knew this story would be remembered, not just for the accident, but for the courage of a dog who became a true hero. The ambulance sirens faded as the paramedics raced toward the hospital, the baby carefully cradled in their arms. Inside the ambulance, the baby's tiny chest rose and fell with slow, fragile breaths. The paramedics worked quickly, giving oxygen and monitoring the baby's vital signs, hoping their efforts would be enough. Back at the crash site, Max stayed quietly with the mother and neighbors. His presence was comforting, a silent reminder that hope was still alive. The neighbors took turns thanking Max, petting him gently, and sharing stories about how he had always been there for the community. At the hospital, doctors prepared for emergency care. The baby was rushed into the pediatric trauma unit, where a team of specialists awaited. The mother arrived moments later, exhausted and overwhelmed, but determined to stay strong. She held Max's leash tightly in one hand, grateful for the dog who had saved her child. Doctors ran tests and carefully examined the baby's injuries. Miraculously, the baby had no broken bones or serious internal injuries, just a few bruises and cuts. The quick response from Max and the paramedics had made all the difference. As the baby was stabilized, the hospital staff shared the story of Max's bravery. News spread quickly, and soon reporters came to the hospital to hear about the heroic dog. Max's family, proud but humble, spoke softly about how Max had always been a loving companion, never imagining he would become a hero. The mother stayed close by her baby's side throughout the night, grateful beyond words. She often looked down at Max, who lay quietly on the floor, eyes watching over her child like a guardian. The bond between them had grown stronger in those difficult hours. In the days that followed, the community rallied around the family. Neighbors brought meals, offered help, and shared kind words. Max was celebrated not just as a pet, but as a true hero, someone who risked his own safety to protect the most vulnerable. Schools invited Max to visit, where he became a symbol of courage and kindness for children. The local animal shelter even used Max's story to raise awareness about the importance of training and caring for pets. The baby's recovery was slow, but steady. Each day brought new hope as the tiny child grew stronger, thanks to the bravery of the dog who acted without hesitation. Max's story was a reminder that heroes come in many forms. Sometimes the bravest hearts have 4 paws, a wagging tail, and eyes full of love. This was more than a rescue. It was a powerful lesson about loyalty, courage, and the incredible bond between humans and animals. Max showed everyone that true heroism isn't about strength or size. It's about heart. Before that fateful evening, Max was like any other dog, full of energy, love, and loyalty. He belonged to a family in the neighborhood who cared deeply for him. Every day, Max enjoyed running through the parks, playing fetch with children, and curling up beside his owners at night. He was known by the neighbors as a gentle and friendly dog, always ready to greet anyone with a wagging tail and soft eyes. But beneath his calm and friendly appearance was a brave heart. Max's instincts had always been strong. He was protective of the people he loved, especially the children in the neighborhood. Many times, he had gently warned strangers to keep their distance or accompanied kids who were scared of thunderstorms or loud noises. After the accident, Max's life changed forever. He was no longer just a family's pet. He became a symbol of courage and hope for the entire community. News outlets shared his story, and people were amazed by how a dog's love and quick action saved a tiny life. Max's family made sure he received extra care and attention. They gave him special treats and plenty of affection, proud of their brave dog. But Max stayed humble, never acting like a hero. He simply continued being the loyal companion everyone knew and loved. Schools invited Max to visit and teach children about kindness, responsibility, and courage. The local community center held a special event to honor Max, where people shared stories about him and thanked him for his bravery. The story of Max reminded everyone how powerful the bond between humans and animals can be. Max showed that heroism isn't just for humans. Sometimes, it's the quiet actions of an animal that make the biggest difference. Max also inspired many families to spend more time with their pets, to train them with love, and to appreciate the unique gifts animals bring into our lives. For Max, every day was a chance to show love and protect those around him, just like he did the night of the accident. He became a living example of courage, kindness, and loyalty. His story is a reminder that heroes come in all shapes and sizes, and sometimes they have 4 paws and a wagging tail. Max's heroic rescue wasn't just a moment in time. It became a lasting symbol of courage, love, and hope for the entire community. What started as a tragic accident turned into a powerful story about how one brave dog made an incredible difference. Max showed everyone that true bravery is not about size or strength, but about heart and action. In the face of danger, Max didn't hesitate. He ran toward the crash, not away from it. His quick thinking and loyalty saved a life and reminded people how important it is to care deeply for others, no matter how small or vulnerable. The community wanted to honor Max's courage in a way that would inspire future generations. They built a small park bench near the site of the accident with a plaque dedicated to Max, the brave dog who saved a baby's life. It became a place where people could remember the power of kindness and the impact one act of bravery can have. Schools continued to invite Max and his family to share his story, teaching children important lessons about responsibility, love, and courage. Max's story encouraged families to appreciate the special bond between humans and animals and to recognize the quiet heroes around them. Max's family remained humble but proud. They knew Max was special, But he was also just a loyal friend who cared deeply for those around him. His bravery reminded everyone that heroes don't always wear capes. Sometimes they have 4 paws and a loving heart. The baby Max Save grew up hearing about the brave dog who protected him on that terrible day. Max's story became part of the family's history, a reminder of hope, courage, and the strength found in love. This story is a lesson for us all. It tells us that courage can come from the most unexpected places. It reminds us to stay calm in difficult moments, to act with kindness, and to believe in the power of loyalty and love. So whenever life feels overwhelming, remember Max, the brave dog who faced danger without fear and showed the world that sometimes a single act of courage can change everything. Max's legacy lives on, inspiring people every day to be brave, to care for one another, and to never underestimate the difference one heart can make.